Nō reira, tēnā koutou e te iwi wānui no mai oki mai ki te Wāpā Rika Rika, and welcome back to Te Wāpā Rika Rika. Of course, te wiki o te reo, waka nui a tō tātou nei a reo. And of course, we want everybody speaking this week. It's our opportunity to be able to promote awareness around our reo, but to also have everybody speak our beautiful language, te reo Māori. Nō reira, with me, I have these wonderful students, and of course, Ali, everyone knows you because I'm going to leave you for last, but we've got these beautiful students who are from Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. Nō reira, Hamara, I'm going to pass it over to you. You tell us who you are, where you're from. Kei a koe.
Kia ora koutou, ko Hamada tōku ingoa, ko Nairi o Ehipa tōku awa, no Ehipa aho.
Ka pai. And of course, Julie, we're coming down to you. Kei a koe.
Ko Julie Harkness tōku ingoa, ko Te Atiawa tōku iwi, ko Pukitapu tōku hapu no Ngāmotu aho.
Nō reira, ka whiu te rākau ki a koe, Ali.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou e te whānau o te maunga titohia. Ko Ali Himara Wahanui tāku ingoa, no Ngāru Hene Taranaki Ngāti Maniapoto Ōku Iwi. Kia ora.
Tēnā koutou katoa, and nau mai hara mai. Welcome to Te Korimako o Taranaki, if you haven't already been with us. Nō reira, welcome. Nau mai. Nō reira, Te wiki o te reo Māori. Now, how long have you been studying, Hamara? How long have you been studying the reo?
I started August 2 years ago with a tikanga course first, and then in February last year, I started my reo course.
Ka pai. And what made you want to learn te reo Māori?
I used to live in Auckland, and when I first moved to New Zealand, I was really excited about learning te reo Māori and just got sucked into a busy city life, and it was very international. The Māori were nowhere to be found, and I didn't put any effort to try and find them. And then I came to Taranaki 2.5 years ago and found such a prominent Māori community with a lot of effort to revitalize the reo. And it inspired me to get in touch. So the tikanga course was a first start at that, and now I feel passionate about the reo and passionate about revitalizing it as the language of the land.
So you tell us where you're from in English. Tell us where you're from, and the listeners where you're from.
I am from Egypt.
Egypt, you're from Egypt. Do you have the same problems over there with the language as what we do here in Aotearoa?
Well, we've lost our language. So the original language of Egypt, which was spoken by the pharaohs that evolved into the Coptic language, was lost as a result of the Arab colonization. So I'm a descendant of colonization, and now I speak Arabic as my mother tongue. So there are only a handful of Coptics in Egypt that can speak the language, and it's unfortunately a dying language.
So you're not only learning to helping to revitalize our language, you were actually finding a way to revitalize your language.
I don't know if I'm actively doing that today, but yeah, I was having a conversation with a Coptic friend of mine about like the state where the language is at and the potential it has, and it doesn't seem as promising as te reo Māori. So yeah, it's good to see hope here, and there are other parts of the world where the indigenous language has a chance.
I just want to thank you for that, and for what you just said, is that our language is going really well here in Aotearoa. It's nice to hear it from somebody who wasn't born from here, but actually came over here to learn our language. Nō reira, tēnā koe. Julie, I'm going to come to you. Now tell me, what made you want to learn te reo Māori?
I guess there's a few, it was just something I always wanted to do. And eventually 2 years ago, all the stars aligned so that it enabled me to go right, okay, I'm going to do something that I want to do. You know, the children have left home. And so that's how I sort of started. And also at the same time as all that was going on, my father, he was whāngai as a newborn to my grandparents in Tiriki, where I grew up. And my grandmother always told us that his mother was a nurse from Wellington, and that the birth father was a Māori man from the South Island. And I always kind of wondered, there was a bit of mystery surrounding that because no one talked about it, of course. And I sort of used to think, oh, well, I wonder if that's actually true. But now in hindsight and the road that I'm heading down, it's kind of like it was true because it's in me. And yeah, and so about 2 years ago, my mum actually had, with my ancestry and heritage and those DNA testing that you can do, she had all our DNA tested, including my father's. And sometime later, she received an email from his niece saying, I think that I might be your niece. And so that's how we came to discover the Māori part of our ancestry. So then with that, and it's all become all together, and now I'm on this amazing experience.
Ngā mihi ki a koe, Julie. Really, honestly, to just grow from what you were told, and my goodness me, what a journey! You've still got a long way to go. You've still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
Hamara, I know you got to go and pick your kids up. So it's 2:46, but we've got what, 5 minutes time? 5 minutes, do we?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay.
10 minutes.
Okay, we're going to cross over to Ali. Ali, born and bred Ngārua Hinerangi. Honey, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe, tēnā koutou. So my journey in terms of learning te reo started about 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. And on reflection, I couldn't learn te reo at high school because the subjects I chose actually streamed me away from learning te reo. That's not the case today, of course, but that was certainly the case back then. So after I left school, did my tertiary studies, came back home, and there was such a hive of activity in Taranaki around te reo that it was very easy to get swept up in terms of that. So I've been on this journey for a long time, and I'm really grateful for the generosity of all of those kaiako who have endured me. Because I'm sure I could do better than what I am, and I'm still here, so kia ora.
Ka pai. You know, I've been watching on TV and listening into all the TV stations, and it's been absolutely fabulous, I have to say. Being from that higher level of learning in terms of the reo, it takes me back to when I started learning te reo Māori. I didn't grow up with te reo Māori. Well, I heard it, but I didn't speak it. But later on in my life, I went back and learned te reo, and I'm still learning. You continue to learn. But now you've got a family there, Hamara?
Yes.
So do you teach your tamariki? Do you teach your tamariki and your wife to learn te reo Māori? to speak te reo Māori?
Briefly, I am focused on teaching my kids Arabic as my mother tongue. So I speak to them in Arabic all the time, but every now and then we would look at some of the Maori words that they're learning at school, some of the waiata that I'm learning at Te Wānanga, and then I'd come home and found that they've learned some of it at school, so we sing it together.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's absolutely cool. It is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Julie, you're the same. Now, your kids have gone away,
Mm-hmm.
but you've talked to
Actually,
them about
one.
your whakapapa. One. You've talked to them about your whakapapa. How are they feeling? Do they go and, have they learned, or are they going to learn the language, te reo Māori, or what's going?
So my son, he's 19, and a lot of other priorities in his life at the moment. But my niece, who she's 22, she has taken a great interest, and she has a story of her own. So that's great to be able to share with her. I send text messages, and I sometimes communicate and te reo. So and then so that they know where I'm at. And my niece has been with me to Motueka, to the Te Awhina Marae there, where our grandfather was from. So yeah, that was really special as well. Yeah.
Ka pai. Julie, awesome. So awesome. I love listening to this. It's just when you've been speaking te reo for such a long time, and like I said to you, what I'm hearing on TV, it takes you back to when you started learning. And Ali, I want to come to you now. You worked for Ngā Ruahine. You were the manager for Ngā Ruahine, but in terms of the revitalisation of the reo within the iwi, where do you think, or your thoughts around where do you think it is now?
So a couple of things. It's an incredibly exciting space. If I think about what's happening within Aotea Waka, specifically Ngā Ruahine, Ngā Tirunui, Ngā Rauru, and especially around some of the karanga wānanga that are happening. So I love that we have whānau who can actually lead those kaupapa, and that we trust them when they send the karanga out to be part of those. And I think it is as simple as that. Have trust in the people that can support you to pick up a phrase or a ki waha or a kupu and just go. Get out of your way and go.
Ka pai. Kia ora. Kia ora. Hamara, tell us some of the things that you're learning. Is it fun? Do your tutors make you laugh? Of course, I'm talking about Gareth. But do your tutors make you laugh, put you in that real, funny, happy zone?
Yeah, it is a lot of fun to learn, and my favorite part is that we're now coming out of just learning some basics, and we're trying to form sentences and put them into stories. Our kaiako, not just Gareth, but also our pouako Whai Cheryl, has been very, very encouraging. There's a lot of kōrero and wānanga in the classroom. It's not writing and reading, but a lot of verbal interaction and trying to put it into conversation. There's, of course, the laughter that comes from all of us getting something wrong or mispronouncing a word that means something completely different. And then there's the laughter of excitement when we finally get something right.
Yeah, exactly. Believe me, you're going to be wrong. I don't know how many times as you go through this journey, but you learn from that, Hamara. You actually learn from that. But the greatest thing is that you have fun with it, you enjoy it, and you're safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe.
So,
Yeah, I like the word safe because I think that's the environment that I feel I'm in at the moment. That I can ask questions, I can make mistakes, and it's safe. I'm comfortable with making these mistakes, and
can't buy you.
I love that environment.
It's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to make mistakes. It's
Yeah.
okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, if you'd like, give us an example of what you've been learning. You can either do a waiata or you can do a kōrero. It's up to you. I'll give you this opportunity.
Thinking on my feet. Blank. Kia ora koutou ko hei toku pepeha tēnei, ko taranaki te maunga, ko nairi o hipa te awa, ko whakapono bahai te waka, ko Ming tōku hoarangatira, ko Ziad rātou, ko Jenna, ko Sahar, taku tamariki, ko Hamada tōku ingoa. Hei tino rawe kōpapa tēnei te Koremaku radio show. Tēnā koe me tō manakitanga, me tō welcome.
Ka pai. Look, you've done. Oh, look! I'll tell you what, you've done more than I expected. Believe me, you have. You know, the main thing is that please enjoy it. Please, you know you're going to be. I know you're going to be safe. Ko ia tēnā, and I know you have to go and get your tamariki. So, ko tai te wā, ka mihi atu ki a koe Hamara. Kia ora. Kia kaha ki te kōrero Māori. No reira, Julie, coming to you. What are some of those fun things that you guys do in your classes? Julie?
So when I signed up to learn Te Reo Māori, that's what I thought. I was just going to go along and learn some words and be able to understand it a little bit more. But it's not really like that at all. That's part of it. But you also learn waiata, karakia, tikanga, history, make connections, whakapapa, pepeha, going to a marae for the first time, which I never felt comfortable. I've never been to a marae before in my life. So now I've been to probably 8 in 2 years. So,
wow.
Yeah, so now I feel comfortable, and that's amazing. So all of that, it's not just about the language. And as Hamada said, you know, our classroom is safe, it's supportive, fun, happy, and sometimes we just sit around with Cheryl and Gareth and have a big fat crack up.
Can't buy you. Can't buy, Julie. That's awesome. That really is. Now I see you've got your scrubs on. I see you've got your scrubs on.
Aye.
So where are we at the moment?
You are in the meeting room at Southern Cross Hospital.
At Southern Cross Hospital. Wow. So you guys have been, you know, please, before I say anything else, I just want to take my hat off to all of our essential workers, all of our health workers who are out there who have done the job to keep us all safe. So ngā mihi ki a koe, Julie. Words can't even express how my thanks to you all, Julie. So do you use it at work? Do you use your at work?
Yes, I do, and I'm trying to use it more and more. And the great thing is I've been helping to re-establish our Māori Oropu Māori quality committee.
Wow.
And we've got a lot of work to do here. I'll confess that. But seeds are being planted. So
Come on.
yeah.
What would you say
that's good.
Kampai, what would you say to, or how would you promote speaking te reo Māori to someone else? How would you guide them into wanting to learn te reo Māori?
I would recommend Te Wānanga o Aotearoa. Firstly, for that supportive, structured learning, and I guess my biggest seller is not only the language but the people that you meet and the connections, tangata. On and on and on it goes. All these amazing people. Look at me right now. You know, I would never have been doing this. And in fact, Gareth didn't tell me it was a radio interview, so I have to have a little chat with him later. But
really? I'll have a chat with him.
Oh, good. It opens up so many more opportunities than just going along to a class every Wednesday and for 3 hours. There's so much more to it than that.
Ka pai. Te mea nui, kei tāko koe I tō tātou reo. So, you know, the greatest thing is that you are learning our language, and we want more people to learn our language. We want to normalize our language to an everyday language, and we will get there. We will get there in time. But, Ali, I'll come to you last, and what's your classes like? Are you having fun just like these two beautiful other tauira are having?
Absolutely. I'm with Reihana, who is the Hoatane of Shiro. I'm on the Te Rōnakitanga. And just like what the others have said, lots of fun. In fact, guys, sometimes I go to class and I'm thinking, you know, I'm hearing the reo and I'm completely lost. And I'm thinking, am I learning Māori? Because I go from states of where I absolutely understand and then it's gone.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the sun shines and then, kongaro. So some of the things we're focusing on at the moment is around tautohetohe, which are debates.
Very good.
So Reihana will throw a topic out to us off the cuff, and we get a couple of minutes to organise ourselves, and to, if we're very clever, we coordinate our kōrero, but we're not that great at doing that. We still focus on our own contribution. And then ka puta ka kōrero.
Ka pai.
And it's a lot of fun. You get to hear the creativity of people and the threads that they're weaving together, and you see the pictures, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Yeah. But I wouldn't put me on anyone's debate team. Yeah, correct.
well, I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that, Ali. I wouldn't say that at all. You can come on my team. Come on my team. Yeah, ka pai. Listen, I just want to mihi kawana kia koutou, mihi atu kia koutou. I really thank you so much for coming on board with us here at Te Kore Mako o Taranaki. On behalf of Te Kore Mako o Taranaki, I hope that your journey is far and wide, because the world's your oyster. And it's really up to you where you want to go with the reo, what you want to do with our reo. For us as Ngai Māori, it is ours. And we are the caretakers of our language. So we need to ensure that we take it to the next level, we take it to the next reanga, generations to come. So well done. And please give Hamara my best wishes. And I hope that the revitalization of their language over in Egypt It's very sad to hear, but you know, this is something that's we're not the only ones in this boat. There are many countries that have lost their original language, if you call it. You know, he reo tūturu tērā. But once again, and also on behalf of Te Kore Mako o Taranaki, we'd just like to thank Te Wānanga o Aotearoa for allowing you to come on with us, and also Gareth, who I also prepared and talked to him about having some of the tauira on with us. So, ngā mihi kia koutou. Nō reira, mihi kawana kia koutou e te iwi e mātakitaki mai ana, e okarongo mai ana, kia mātou a Te Kore Mako o Taranaki. This is Lady Di signing off.